least
the
be
KJ,
funny.
that's a little bit
Come on.
different. So what do you guys think? What do you
Like,
make
you're
of
just
this?
you're giving this guy money. This guy doesn't need more money.
A little more. I think we know
He's a
Starbound
fucking
more on
streaming
that
extraordinaire.
cycle. That's something that they've been playing more. It's obviously a nice counter.
I think there should be a
It was a
command
really
to
good
like
pick,
redirect all
right?
this money back
I
to
think
me.
they probably will start attacking, and I'm a little bit scared. A little bit scared attacking side with
I
this,
want
with
good
the combo.
filth, not just
scared,
Oh,
but
okay.
just
Don't
bad,
be scared.
just
You got this.
obvious
We have the maps
rubbish.
and the agents, and
The
all
amount
that's
of
left to do is
taste.
send it over to your casters. Here's Mimi and Ender.
Thanks very much to Yinsu.
Bro,
and
the
the
Mimi
Yes,
and the
this is
casting
going to
duo is
be
a good
the
one,
first
but there is a height
elimination
diff.
game here in Sao Paulo
There is
for the
a
Game
diff
Changers
going on.
Championship. And for EG, they have
This is
nothing
like
to
me.
lose. No one expected them to be here.
It's like
to
me
make
standing
it
next
this
to
far
Ender.
with a substitute now. But for TL, there is
Is
everything
Durka?
against
Oh,
them.
hey
This is
Durka,
their
how are
home
you?
they're playing for.
How are you, Fnatic
Absolutely
Durka?
Everything is on the line for Team Liquid.
Man, I really
right
love
now.
Fnatic.
This is their city.
I
This
think
is their
Fnatic played the
crowd,
best
This
Valorant.
is their stage. They
My name's
can't
Sliggy.
lose now.
Alright, so comp
And it
wise.
starts here on
So we get the, like I said,
Evil
GC
Geniuses
loves
on the
double
attack.
Sentinel.
And they're taking
Like
mid
Viper
control.
plus Sentinel.
Yes, they are. Evil Genius is taking a little slower at the start.
We get
here,
the
and you'll see
Cypher
this
and the
now
Killjoy
with
is the
a lot of this,
difference.
Viper
So it'd be
and
interesting to see how they
Cypher
play
on the same
Killjoy.
comp. It's actually the Viper wall over towards B,
So what we see is the standard kind of setup we'll see with this comp. We'll see the Sentinel playing here, Sky, Viper, Raze, Omen. So Omen and Viper are going to be controlling middle. Omen's going to be controlling B. Sky is going to be Heaven, getting info. And then the anchor is going to be the Sentinel. We saw Roxy yesterday doing this for G2. We saw the Viper and the Raze in middle for G2 yesterday. We saw the Omen here yesterday for G2. The same style. And when we switch sides, we'll see the same stuff coming out from EG probably. It's a pretty strong defense macro, to be honest.
That of Team Liquid's, they can have fast rotates into the
And the whole game's going to be how much mid pressure can we do before we kind of change where we want to go. Like, can we actually get through middle?
She's going to fight more, has a teammate joining her in the site.
So we saw a little bit of mid pressure there into an A exec.
She's gone. The trade's coming time for EG. The flood retake is in Starbound. Shuts it down 4-1 and it leaves it on
Really
GG
good
now.
kills by Starbound there. I think Starbound was Starbound pretty much won them this round.
No paranoid to play with whatsoever. And Lori Power Pixel just gonna hold hands together on site.
Power Pixel doesn't spot her on the jump peak. She'll creep around the corner, spot it. It's a dink on the
Okay,
jump.
so a good starting
and
round
it's
for
Lori on the
EG.
shutdown.
So yeah, this game's all going to be about
Their
like
first pistol.
Yes, they do. Team
what
Liquid,
happens
you can
at
see
middle,
they're
really.
just trying to flood over as
Like what
fast
we
as
saw
humanly
yesterday
possible
from teams
on
was
that
that
one. I think once they lost
there was a lot of
two players on
struggle
site,
around
busting
taking
through
middle
that smoke
because the
on
Viper
screens
orb
ended up
plus the
costing them
smokes and
big
stuff is
time.
really
They had that
difficult. The
180
Raze nade.
crossfire held against them,
So
and that's what
teams
you drive.
started like
And
just
great movement there
buying the
from
judge
player
like
brand
double
new
sats on
Sheree.
ropes and
Being
stuff.
able to
So
jiggle back and forth behind the
we'll see
cover
what
to
happens.
give time for the rest of
this
her
is
team
one of
to
the
join.
reasons why we
Join out
see
that
Raze
round
and
for
Jet a
Team
lot on the
You
map.
see
Is
what it
because they can
means
ignore
after
middle
the
completely
games
and
that
just
they've
go for the
played,
hits.
after getting rolled over by a 4
Whereas
duelist
we're not,
comp, it has
none
to
of these
feel
teams are
good
playing the
to
double duelists, so they're
finally
going to
play
be
like
they're going to
You've
feel
literally
less
just gotta
likely to
forget
do that
and
kind of stuff,
move
you know.
on for Evil Geniuses.
They're not going to
We
want to
heard
do it as
Thea
much.
talking about it beforehand. Hey, they already have made that lower bracket run in stage 3. It's a lower bracket run again.
Yeah, and talking to
Are you
the
going to do
coach
5
of
chances
this
thing?
team,
I'll forget
Jovi,
probably.
someone
I might be
familiar
able
for you. You
to.
described it to me as playing on house money. Seems like a
So
common
quite a nice
theme at this
anti-eco
point,
idea.
but this
We see
team,
this on a lot of maps
anything
where
that can be
we'll
done,
see
any
people
win
play
they
the
can get, it's a big
extremities
moment.
Check this out from
and
Team Liquid.
ignore
They
like the middle of the
crept
map
up
kind of,
110 on the
and
clock.
just
We were like,
try
hey,
and
EG
see
didn't
if you
really
can
do
find a
anything. Already
stack.
setting up for another
If they
A
don't
slam.
find a stack
This
on
time
B,
he's
they
running
probably
one
exit
player
B.
and back on the way.
If they find
Reclear
some
into
people
mid
B, they
for
probably
Lori.
exit K.
There is
Because all your goal is on the
a bit of
anti-eco is
fight
to
going on
avoid a
towards the
stack.
A site.
As long as you
Despite
avoid a
we'll move
stack,
over there as
you're
well.
fine.
Yeah, EG just looking to finish once again into the A site. It's just a carbon copy of the last
And if you
round.
see more than one
No
player on a
Killjoy
site, you know
utility
that
this
three
time.
you
It's
can
actually
go to 3
Sarah
people
hiding out
on
behind
anti-eco.
flower box.
Does she get checked here? Surely this should be an angle cleared thoroughly. And, well, it isn't.
What?
And now the classics are getting something. Got 2 kills. Greedy there from Bizarra. and
Starbind
will be
again.
punished as a result. Great
Coming
work
in.
from Starbound to trade back 4-2. With Molly's coming into that position.
Issa should put the
Starbound
orb
push
down
out
here.
one open. They are in trouble.
What, like, what has happened for that to happen?
5
Like,
classics.
why have they won?
And they win the round.
Like, they've not gone
Just
into a stack. Like, they
ridiculous
must have,
scenes
like,
here on
this is the
Split
kind of round I
Decider.
would go
I mean,
back and
Titan
watch if I was like, they
fantastic
must have
work
just, like,
from
it felt like they
backside.
just
It
stalled at
seemed
this,
like
this
nothing
line.
was going right, but then all of a sudden
Instead of
Sarah
going
gets that
through
right
properly.
quick one shot,
Again,
on
another
first
reason why the
player
Jet
and
and the
more
Raze gets
balls
played a lot
Titan.
together, because you
Money
can
from
just get
backside.
deep into
A
the space.
ridiculous
And it's,
MasterCard thrifty there.
that's what you need to do on
to
Split.
win out and credit to the flash utility from Daiki, the IGL. Both of her flashes were just money in that round, giving 2 free kills.
Like on
each
split,
time.
all you got.
I'm wondering what went wrong, 'cause there's no smoke on heavy.
They're doing the
Bombs already.
TikTok
I think
challenge.
they've
They're
been
trying to
stalled
flip
out pretty
over the
heavily
bottles.
by a late
As long as you don't get
volley
caught in
going
this
off the ground.
space
Now,
here
of course,
or
in
this
terms of
space here
economy, Evil
on
Geniuses
attack,
have
when you're execing, you get
absolutely
past the
nothing.
space.
Team Liquid
You're in a good
bought
position.
themselves
So
so much cushion for the rest of this half.
I think they need to go a bit deeper probably. But I didn't fully see how that happened.
Issa just on this perma mid-control duty that she's proved very good at. Despite that loss to G2, I think these new players on Team Liquid proved
Bro, there's stuff
how
going on in
adept
chat. I
they
got
were,
no idea what's going
how
on.
familiar they are being on a land
So
stage
mods.
like this one.
100%.
Mods,
I
you
mean,
need to
Team
mod.
Liquid, we say it's their stage. That's
I hope
because
that's moderated
stage 3
going
of
on.
GC, they played all through here. No strangers to that stage. No strangers to the crowd.
They got
as
double
well,
flashed.
already.
I think
Here,
even
getting a
like
little
the
rowdy
job of the
after that
Judas
pistol
still would be
win
to
in
kind of
round number 2.
satchel towards the back line, even if they're getting flashed. Like your job is to die. Even if you die and make space, you're doing a good job, especially on an
They'll group
anti-eco.
up towards B.
You don't want to give them the gun though, obviously, like a free gun. But as long as you're traded
Evil
quickly, it's
Geniuses
fine.
maybe we're hoping the Team Liquid would go for a walk down like they did in the previous round, but now they've got to commit with 35 seconds left.
So we're just gonna see a full BXer.
Gina on the line, and she has more smokes to stall this one out. It is a
Is that a triple kill?
lineup. That is disgusting.
Was that with like one bullet?
just
Can you
couldn't
do that
ask
with one
for
bullet?
Anything better.
How many bullets? 2. 2 bullets, 3
Two
kills.
kills.
Bullets, 3 kills.
Great value.
If that's not a
Georgina's the
bargain
goat, by the
bin
way. Have you
deal,
seen
I don't know
Georgina's
what
playing?
is.
Like she plays with her
Doesn't
knee
get better than that. 10 seconds left.
coming up over
Give it
the.
a Come
That
on.
looks a bit
Gina
sus.
wants some more.
Her knee
and
coming
Thea
up over.
We'll steal it away with a nice stink out of the classic. I mean, a 1-mag 4
Look at her.
You take those.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
She came
It's
to
a
my
game
stream
of
once and
posture,
said
right?
that she liked how I
The knee,
sat
the
just
crisper the game,
because
the less
I
bullets you actually
sit like that
chilling.
too most of
She's
the time when I play.
absolutely chilling. I love it. Let's look at that again. And this is that
It's a
nice
triple,
like,
baby.
3 kills instantly. I love these smokes you can see, by the way, creating a tiny little one-way, making it so much harder than the normal smoke in the choke. Then she pushes forward. She's got that confidence to take the shots.
Georgina's really an expert on A front. She's a player who constantly has to flex
But she
around
uses
in
left
all the
leg.
different
She got
comps
the
that
left
Team
leg
Liquid
strat.
plays.
I go for right
Every
leg.
agent
I think
she
right
has
leg
such
is
a
the better
high
strat.
level with, and this Omen is no different. 3 players set up in
It
mid.
definitely
Could be a bit of a
doesn't do
trap
good
play
things
if
to your
EG
body.
commit into this
It
space.
definitely
I think Team Liquid
cuts off
expecting
all
a
the
pace change
circulation to
here
your
with the
legs.
buy of the rifles, and you'd
It's
expect
traps
that to
up
be
here,
through
interesting.
mid.
So we're just
Lean
playing like a
into one of
retake
your
on
low
A. We've
sides.
moved the Viper
Gina just
to
with
B
paranoia ready to go off of
so
any
that we can
contact,
do a
that
trap.
jump peek from best start.
I
Very
like
through.
the
It's too
idea
early.
quite a lot.
No one there to receive the play.
But there's
EG
two
could
issues.
allow
One
you to
issue is that there's
out
no
of the
trigger for this trap.
Oh, Daiki takes the shot over from screens. That's a teleport.
There's no
across.
trigger for the
Georgina
trap.
shows
They were
herself
just doing it
in
off
the
of
vents, then
noise.
TP's over to B heaven. It's a
The
beat
second
up
thing is
over
without the
from
Viper
GTL.
orb here, it's kind of
It's not even
obvious.
think
I
that
feel
B
like that
is
something's
like
going
space
weird.
towards ramp that's
They didn't
actually being
use the
robbed away
Viper orb in
quickly.
middle.
That was a very swift
So I think they
rotation
should
from
have used
Daiki
the Viper
to
orb in
re-clear
middle,
that space, but
and then the
despite
Viper could just come back
again
down or
rotating back
something.
on over towards an A.
It's dangerous though. EG showing
yeah.
again the tendency to fall back into A, where the heavy killjoy
It's not the
Viper stall has
easiest
always been set up.
trap setup.
That it is, but they still have dive utility.
They don't have a
Very
Cypher, they don't
sharp.
have an Astra.
For Satchel, just trying to break utility. Can she get
Again,
ahead
we
of
just
this
see
one?
like
Into
EG's
the
response
backlines
to
and
like the middle
Bizarra
stuff is to go A
not able
every
to get the
time.
job done. And Daiki's
Bizarra's
low on
not
HP. This smoke is
doing,
great
like-
to support her as she walks.
Bizarra's
Able to do
not
this,
like
EG have to take
playing
care
it
of these
like
players,
Roxy
but
did
Scary
yesterday,
Shark
where
is
Roxy was
wrapped
killing
around
everyone
second,
every
but still
AXX,
Daiki
so
in the back lines, and Scary Shark's just not looking. Does she have the discipline? The time to get two? Absolutely.
Okay.
Is it enough
I don't know
from the
how
IGL?
Daiki's
2v2 now, an off angle found by Power Pixel, leaving it down to Issa. And the molly was good,
So,
but
yeah.
the shot's not there. EG
Because like
somehow
A
get
site,
away with that one.
you can
It's
get
such an
caught with
important round
these
to
in the
close.
mid
I mean,
round,
Daiki has been
but as
insane
long
on
as
the
you've got
side,
Alpha
the
here on
duo
your
of Power
team, you should
Pixel
be
and
fine.
Starbound.
And
They
Bizarra is
joining
good enough
into
to do
this
this.
EG
Like
roster,
Bizarra
this
is
team, they
good enough to
really
play
had a
around this area
breakout
and just
year,
kill people.
stepping up from,
But
you know,
at the
just
start of the
outside
game,
the
she's
cusp,
like
tier 1 in the GC scene. You
struggled a
always
little
knew
bit,
the
but
two of them had the
she is a
talent.
star player, so I think she'll
They
be
closed
fine.
out here after, you know, you lose that second round to the Pistols. You had a terrible day one showing EG.
Did they not know
needed this
Daiki was there? I honestly, I did not
Yeah, EG really
see
team wholly new
what happened.
to this level of competition.
I think you're behind like
rise to
10,
the
5 to
occasion.
10 seconds.
I mean, Nora as well there with fantastic entry,
Is that a
getting
problem?
2 kills. Her second
Is
game
it a
ever
problem?
with EG.
Do I need to do anything?
Second one ever on
This isn't
any
Sliggy.
GC main event. She
Nope.
hasn't even played in
Who the
anything
fuck
but
is Sliggy?
qualifiers in North America,
Yeah.
and is now here in Sao Paulo for the
This is
The
the
championship.
mini
last GC
takeover.
game she played was versus Evil Geniuses, getting eliminated and not being able to make it into
Again,
top
we see
8
the
when she was a
regroup
supernova
again
in stage
towards
3.
A. Like
No
they're
way she
loving
could've
to just
seen this
regroups
coming.
on A.
Another A setup for EG. They're looking take ramp
And I'm
control
gonna
of this one,
tell you guys something in a
or
second
they
once
just
they
continue
once Tran's over.
to
What
take
I'd be
care of the
doing if I
players
was
in the
defense
backside.
team.
Scary Shark double satcheling in. We've seen this one before. Kenzie will
Oh.
find the counter. Daiki will.
It's the same thing again.
It's a shorty around the corner, and Daiki
Like, what?
is doing it all.
Okay.
It's only Lori left. And what the hell could she do here? No HP, and Daiki is gunning for it. Lori, though, replies for 2 of her own, but
Sliggy
surely
morph
no
like a
round should come of
butterfly.
it.
Yeah.
Daiki has just been unreal on this A site. EG
Looks
just don't have
unemployed.
an answer for her.
Yeah, I'm looking awfully unemployed. This is unemployed Sliggy.
They know exactly where Lori could be.
Daiki.
And with 20 seconds, she's forced into Issa's line of fire. Team
That was nice.
Liquid. They find an answer for those A-side hits.
Yeah, I mean, evil geniuses need to stop playing.
Yeah, the
follow
answer
the
to the
leader.
A-side
I
hit
think
is let
that's
Daiki
the
kill them
second
all.
time in 5 rounds, there have been just 2 kills instantly collapse through each other. Again, it's running
The
attack
first
on
kill
time,
so
it's just running
accidental,
straight
man.
through a Viper wall.
Do you think there's a bit of a disconnect between Scary Shark and the rest of the team? Because it seems like this race keeps me all the way out in the site, and everyone else is still stuck behind the stall.
It's a pathing thing, and that's
So,
a great catch, right? Because
something I was
Lauren
going to
keeps,
suggest we could
satcheling
see
into
more
the
of
site,
on the
and then a player
defense
swinging out from elbow,
is
or Daiki, they're just stepping out from the screen.
I don't know what they're doing
So
at B
second
main at the
players
start of the
there
round, the
usually
defense,
thinking
but
of the G side,
I saw
hey,
yesterday
Scary
that
Shark is
the
gonna do
Omens were
first
doing a lot
contact,
of
we
like
can take the chip
looking at
damage
B
of
main
the
on defense,
Killjoy Molly, the Viper wall, all
and it
that,
gave them a
that's
lot of
fine, 'cause
information.
no one
Whereas
should
I
be
think
fighting
they're
us.
playing
But
the,
yeah, I
the
think they
Omen
need
really
to deal
passively.
with those longer
And if you
angles
got
first.
information on
Take
B
things
main
slower, maybe,
as
know,
the
try and
Omen,
get some control
it
over
means
towards
that your
Heaven
middle
so they
players
can
can
come
rotate
out
to A
from
quicker,
Heaven, and
which
that
means
makes
you're
it
not
much
leaving
harder
by
to
Zero
get
by
out from
herself on
elbow
the side.
or screens when
So
there's that
I think
second way
I
into
want to
the
see
site for
that
EG.
A
happen a
lot
little
of
bit
Coach
more.
Jovi's job here has to be mental.
I could be
EG
wrong,
talked
I could be wrong,
about
but
their
like I
game
think
versus
every time I
SMG.
look,
A lot of
like
the
the
issues
Omen's
just
not
being
the
mental,
Omen's not
playing like
jump
themselves,
spotting
players
B main.
losing a few rounds to a comp like that and just starting to fall to this.
I saw the Omen back
need
here.
to avoid that today.
If the
when
Omen's got
elimination is
vision
on the
here,
line.
100%.
it means that your team can rotate towards the anchor on
They were
A.
just faltering in the gunplay. Right now, I'm
So
not
I
seeing
want to
that,
see
right?
next
We've had
round
a
if
couple
that's
good
what
entries
happens at all.
from Nora, good shots at the end of rounds. They've just been getting destroyed by one site anchor. It is a concept, it is an approach issue for EG.
I like
right
that Jovi
now,
just
5
stands up
rounds
as
in,
well.
with
Just that
pistols,
Chad
we're gonna
energy
look
of
to
just
solve that
stood
for the
up.
rest of the half.
I don't think if I stood up, it would give the same
11
kind of
and 3
energy.
start here for Daiki. The
So whilst
19-year-old IGL.
they're kind of
And
changing
she
their
still
setup a little
performs
bit.
like
They
this
are going.
in
It looks like
pretty
they're.
much every game you watch from Team
I know.
Liquid.
They're just going
Couldn't ask for a
standard.
better leader from Team Liquid.
But you can see
Rebuilding
here,
the
here.
roster
This is
around
the
her
problem I
and
have.
Bastarda.
This player
What's the plan
isn't
from EG,
doing
though? 'Cause it's
anything
been
B main.
5
If
pretty
they
slow-paced,
literally right now
paced
stood here
rounds, again with the
and
pistol,
got the
just
info.
hoping
Oh,
they
okay,
can
this is a
make some
Viper.
sort of
Never mind,
silly
never mind.
shot
Viper.
mid to make
I can
something
shut
happen,
up.
but
I can
think
shut
Team
up. I can
Liquid's
shut
doing
up.
a really good job of flushing out to make
She
sure
can't
they
do this
feed
because the
some
Viper
group
wall.
play
Okay,
once
never
the
mind.
Viper orb drops in mid. There's
This
always,
Viper
when
wall
that
is
orb
creating a
going
lot
down
of
the first
pressure
time,
to
it's gonna
stop
be that boom bot,
the
and also
rotates
that
to
Sky
A.
Utility over towards A.
Okay.
If it's not Sky Utility, it's Daiki just shooting people in the face.
And you see the confidence.
Yeah,
for
I'm not paying
TL.
attention.
When the
Eco
coach
red.
talks about this team, hey, we're strategically
Ignore
good,
my thesis.
but they have shooters as well, and there are rounds like this where they just get let loose. Bazard is just walking down mid and gonna find a forward angle here against Lori. Fully supported, of course. She's gonna swing for more. Okay,
why not?
Bastarda, yeah, she's
I
feeling
mean,
it.
farm that ultimate. Yeah, you die there. Hey,
That's
just
fine.
as good as a kill. Bastarda's gonna have the ult in the next round. Daiki, who used her ult last round,
This Viper wall is
just
annoying to
two
play
away
against some
herself.
defense,
Like,
and it is quite
oh,
good
man,
against
Team Liquid
Sky
absolutely
teams
on
when they
pace
play the
here
Sky
in that.
here.
Shows the
Because the
experience
Sky
for TL,
can't
being
get the
worried about
info
those
back
little
here.
things, prioritizing who gets alt orbs,
And, like,
thinking
tell
not
the
just about
Omen,
this
like, what's
Anti
going
Ego,
on.
but these future rounds too.
As well, it's quite good against Killjoys because like Cyphers could go B and put the cam
At least Lori's
like
got
somewhere
a rifle
and just
in
like
hand here.
feel safe here.
And try to do
Whereas this
something with
Omen
that,
feels
but
constantly
Evil
under pressure.
Geniuses would be lucky to get a spike plant down at this point in time. 20 seconds, and now the lean is coming in. Daiki's on the way to back up Izu, who falls in heaven, but no one's expecting a second player this quickly.
Flash is great, and Gina on the site will hold things down. Lori, no time to work with in this
I
one.
apologize.
She's
Not really
picked up
watch
a
this
rifle,
round.
sure, and
I
she
get so
damaged,
bored by
but
anti-eco
great,
rounds,
she
I
dives
almost
into
don't
the
watch them
site.
at all.
She's
Like
not
I
hard
don't
for
think
this
when I
one.
sit and watch
Trying to
VODs for
shot
like
like
Fnatic,
this.
like I
There's no
don't sit
time,
there and watch.
regardless, and now it
anti-eco
becomes a question of
very
keeping that gun,
Get that
which she'll
plant
do,
down.
and gets the ult as well.
Yeah, I mean, she is capped on money. You can still plant the spike after the round technically ends, and it won't cap you at 1,000 bonus credits. Of course, there would have been a fight coming in, so at the end of the day, not so bad for EG.
Not too
Okay.
bad indeed. So this round going to be an important one. A lot of big ults
I
coming
wanna
into
see
this one.
the
The kill
ults.
earned on that anti.
100%. And I want to see a pace change for them. I think doing something over towards B Heaven as well. If they can try to get past this Viper utility early, that is an option for them. They're not quite set up for it. It looks like it
Massive
may
ults,
be more of a
yeah.
ramp style.
Even
You can
one
see
off
the
a
position
Viper
of Bia
ult, like, they
over
shouldn't
in
lose.
sewers. That's just going to be a paranoia up and potentially a double satchel as well to scale.
So they're just going
satchel.
straight
They're gonna
A.
take their time. Oh god, they're going on site.
But
Okay.
you see the setup for TL. They were ready for the rocket until everyone
So this is
off
quite
site.
smart by
Has to be used
Team
against
Liquid here. They
that
know that
turret
they got loads of
instead,
ults
so
here
EG
and are likely
5v5
to send
the
it
post
straight.
Yeah, and they're going to leave 2 players
and
on
so they
ramp
played
as
offsite.
well.
They just
Eyes
played
on
retake.
Starbound and Power
And
Pixel. They're going to be so
EG have used 2
important
ults to get
at
the site,
rewrapping it ahead
and
of the
now we
post
can
plan.
use
The
our
Sora has
raised
the
ult to
rocket
kind of
for the
retake.
retake, but you see the proactivity
It's still not
from
guaranteed.
EG. They'll take space towards spawn, but what's the reaction from Team Liquid? The fight focuses on main. Rocket up and over the top connection.
But it
onto
was a
one.
very
Sora's
good
still
option.
alive, and where's Starbound gone in that?
Starbound is
Lost
getting
in
so
the
many,
chaos,
like,
and now diving
frags.
into the site.
It's like
they have a great
important
position
frags.
in this one. You see EG again pushing for space towards spawn. Paranoia is not in time to save
pushing
Barrett,
to
so it all
spawn so
comes down
sick
to
as well.
Eugenia, and she's gone. That's one
This was
side
really
dealt with.
nice
Here
by
comes the other
EG.
war.
I see this
It's
a
won
lot in
by
game
EG as well.
changes. And I don't know why specifically game changes, but this was a really nice reaction. Like, if the retake's happening here on the from the defense, and you're at the attack, you push into CT. Like, it's a really nice reaction. You kind of turn the map around a little bit.
Love the change of pace
Because you
there
know if
from
they're
EG,
retaking this
but
space here, they're
without
going to have
those
like 3
power
people
ultimates
probably
available again,
taking
they're gonna have to
this.
slow this
And it
one
means there's only
back
going to be
down.
like 1 or 2 people here. So it's a really nice reaction by EG there. The thing I didn't like from EG is that Power Pixel was 1 away from the Viper ult and could have planted the spike to like get the ult, but they didn't give Power Pixel the ult. So that was just a little micro mistake I think they made.
EG can test. Team Liquid looking to fight here. The first round, Daiki's been set up in Garage, and they probably look to re-clear that in the next few seconds.
I don't know
would
why we
imagine.
switched the wall to here.
Love all these
We
one-ways
should
we're
keep
seeing
the
from
wall
EG.
here, I
It's been
think.
a huge
And then
move
we
to be
use
able
the
to get
wall
one
this
down
round
and
to
get
actually
it.
just exit
Yeah, they
B.
dog out from B main.
Like,
It
instead of
gets
changing the
broken,
wall,
and
like,
now
actually
Georgina
use the
opens
wall
space.
we're
Georgina
using
left,
to
and
go
now 2
exit B,
players
I
walking
think.
up into B heaven.
And then after that, then we can switch the wall. If we want to switch the wall after, that's fine.
Now they have a lot of stall in position here. Molly's, a nade, all of that can shut down a push. But you see the Sky rotating, be back over towards A. That'll be canceled now when this dog is hurt in mid.
EG have just never had a position in mid. All these late round leans have been into
What's
A main.
happening with the
It looks like they
defense
were
though?
almost going to
Have we
do it
stopped
again. They still
using?
haven't
Oh,
made
the
a
orb's still
decision.
here,
With
but we're giving up middle
Kalori
very
going over towards
quickly.
the B site. Maybe they try to set up some kind of fake utility from Daiki into mid. The spikes there.
What
as
is
well.
this?
Interesting pick here from Power Pixel. This'll let them
I'll be
wrap
honest,
all the way around into that A site.
I don't
but
like it,
you see
but
why
it does
there's
look
a very
cool.
small gap, and it's only a
What is
fake.
this,
They
Among
wanna
Us?
finish towards B, but
It's
look at
Among
the
Us,
Seekers
though.
getting great info.
Fantastic. Yeah, Daiki will be able to clear out that pit. No one's in there. It's a full B slam with only 30 seconds and 3
left.
players from
The
TL.
paranoia is great, but sort of stuck behind the side.
Georgina's been an absolute rock.
Start on the swing as well. The spike is dropped,
Georgina's been a rock.
and the plan is foiled. Last 2 players of EG have no chance in this one.
Okay, so maybe it was a scripted idea.
From Team Liquid is
So
too
we saw
good.
the
The
wall
rotations
here.
are coming in too
We saw
quickly.
like fake
Evil
pressure here to
geniuses
take
have
B main.
throw this playbook
We saw the
out
ult
window.
come in.
They need mid control or
And
every
then
round
we
is
hit
doomed.
B. So I
They've
think
not had
it
boots
was
on
it
the
felt like a
ground in
scripted
B
kind of set
heaven
strat.
or vents a single time
Ever.
this game.
But I
Expertly
think personally,
controlled by
I
Team
wouldn't mind
Liquid.
if just like B exec into Viper ult.
Nora, Power Pixel,
I think
they
that
save
would have been
rifles.
fine.
There's money they've got to buy. That's
But I
no
did like the
issue
idea though.
from Evil
Like,
Geniuses. The game
basically,
plan
like with the
is-
Viper wall, you expect
What's
teams
been
to like
going
end
on,
where the
right?
Viper wall
This
is a
whole-
lot
I
of the
mean, what
time.
a great position tucked over in the corner. You've got the trade
Like, 'cause
coming
it
in
gives
from
you
that
so
start of the
many
wrap around the
options
corner.
to end
So the
with.
fighting is happening aggressively on the B site, and then on A, there's heavy
That
start.
ult wasn't
They keep
cosmetic.
attacking A
The
early
ult
to
was
pull out
very. It was a lot of
utility,
pressure.
and then playing the round to make
It's a lot of
players lean
pressure
over
because
is the way to
this
go.
player
And
has
the
to
game
be
against
worried about
SFG was about
all of
players
this
not
space.
showing up.
The
Pressure on the big
reason I don't
stage.
love it is
This game
because
has very much
Killjoy
been
just
about
can
strategy
see
thus
with the
far.
turret, you know.
And Team
The
Liquid
Killjoy is kind of fine
classing
to
the
play
North
against
American
it with the turret.
representative.
Cages across. A lot of times this can just be for a lurk, but it's actually to get Nora posted up here.
It's interesting.
One satchel was used to make
Just
sure no one can
immediately
actually step
pushing
through
middle
that
here.
Look
gate.
how
Some
much
pressure.
space Team Liquid is getting in mid for practically free every
So we
round.
should know this
And now
is.
they're going to know that that mid lurk. I mean, whenever it's an A hit, you always leave your smoke player outside of B,
This is
and that's
nice.
gonna be fully
This is what
contained
I
as
like
well.
to
They
see.
control
This is what I was
every
talking about
avenue
before.
except for A.
Because
On
they
Team
haven't
Liquid,
used the
there is
Viper
no
wall
doubt
here,
that
the
this is going
Omen's
to
just
be a
got
hit
this
towards A.
space, and we
Good
know
news
there's
is
no one B
alarm
main.
bot broken
I
in
don't
A
think the
heaven.
Sky needs
No
to come
player
here. The Sky
action there.
really
Bad
needs
news
to
is
rotate
Team
away, in my
Liquid
opinion.
usually don't play heaven. They end up stacking the site, and that turret will actually.
And this
from
Raze
sight
should
watch
kept the line
deep
middle.
cross
This Raze should have kept jump spot in here.
Very comfortable.
Keep these
playing a
lines
little bit more
here.
passive. This is what I was talking about, though.
But we've
Play
given up
early,
these lines for some
burn
reason.
Utility, you know, burn some
I don't
of that
really understand why
choke
we've
control,
given up
that
these
info,
lines.
and then reset into mid after you hold rotations. No one's actually playing mid now from Team Liquid. This is very good mid-rounding from Thea, the new IGL.
It's excellent. And Lori will clear all the way towards Heaven. Only the start of the hole, and she is ahead of the curve.
Feels like
Scary
EG can't
Shark
catch a
is
break
now
with
losing
the,
those satchels on the
first
big
death.
side.
Yeah,
Could change this round.
Yeah, Starbound, though, massive lurk into A Heaven. They're going to fall back into them if they can get this kill in spawn. But there's a trip in their hand. Starbound falls.
That is ridiculous. What an opportunity loss for EG, because look at TL. Everyone's ready
Oh,
for this
the
one.
turret?
The turret's getting a kill.
Issa just needs to
And
chill.
can they get more?
Chill,
10
chill,
seconds
chill. These
to get
kids need
onto
to
the
chill.
site, and look
Okay,
who's
don't chill.
there. Bizarra will end this round. If only she can
Yeah.
stay alive, and she's just done enough. Stay on the stick. A 1v3.
Like,
and the
this is
swing
like
coming.
prime dying
Team
position.
Liquid.
Like, it's not a great
Shut it down
place to
again.
play.
Just an execution of a round. Georgina having a great time. That
Timmy, the
trip
turret coming
hand
in.
Is an absolute
Timmy.
heartbreak. That
Someone
was
asked
the
me
round
why
I
I'm
wanted
streaming
to see,
on
almost
Stiggy's
a-
stream.
like
It's
minute
because
to
I
minute.
originally didn't
That's
have
what I love, but
permissions
as
to
soon as
stream.
Nora falls, they're
And then
already looking
Stiggy
about
said
going
that he
back
was away
to
for some of
A.
those days.
Starbound's just gotta
And I'll
clear
be
that
honest,
fight
I didn't
first.
want to
It's
do all the
tragic
GC
timing.
watch party in. So I said,
And you would have thought
he
that
was
would
like,
be the
why don't you
round
just
where
cover
we
some of
saw
my
the
days? So I
Starbound
just
from
covered his
North
days.
America. The one who's
I thought it's a win-win,
looked
right? Like, I just
moves
help
to
Stiggy
upset
out, and I
Shopify
get to stream
Rebellion,
some of it.
deliver them their first ever loss.
I don't know where
But we're not
Stiggy is.
seeing
He
it
was
here.
here, like, in
Team
the
Liquid
chat
now
at the
up
start,
6 to
helping,
3
and
on
then
split.
he's gone.
And as
I
soon
don't
as
know what he's
EG
doing.
find an
Like,
answer, well,
I
now
don't
they
know.
don't have guns because they lost. But
I think he's
also, the
maybe
setup
he's
changes from Team
traveling or
Liquid.
something, I don't know.
Right? Bizarra rotates that turret over into B. A very deep alarm bot because she has the lockdown. It's a full B retake.
needs
For the
Potter.
first time ever,
EG
Team Liquid will fight aggressively
EG needs to
into
not
A.
lose their
EG
star
have two
player
players here
before
to
the
catch
event
it, but
because their
already
star
tagged out
player
by
said
Bird.
stupid
And look
stuff
at the
on Twitter.
setup on B.
Like, that's
Can
what
we
needs to
fully
happen.
take off the lockdown.
Yes.
The mollies will allow that to happen.
Jovi seems like a good
Exactly.
guy.
They don't have
I don't
maybe
think
take a
Jovi's a
fight
bad
in
coach.
heaven, maybe just stall it out because that's a really deep smoke in the
This
end.
team
So
looks
fighting
a lot
for the, like
better
I said,
with,
two players
know,
fall as Evil Geniuses
their full
try to come
team,
back in
you
heaven.
know?
They have no control over ramp.
But Team Liquid is
No, Stiggy
aware
ain't
of
scamming
this
me.
one.
Stiggy did
And
offer
Ducky
me,
gets screaming for
like,
the
a
bird.
split
They're
of the
worried
money or
about a
whatever,
flank from
but
the other
I
side,
don't
but
really
it's the
care.
same from Issa, who whiffs
Like, I know I'm
on first
jobless,
shots.
but I
Now
don't
here
really
comes another call, another rotation. But remember those mollies? They were
I
just
didn't know
for the
it, but,
retake.
like,
And now
this is something I
they're
forgot about
actually
Killjoys, like, the
sending
retakes
shots
are up.
down the site. This is ridiculous.
No.
Where are the mollies here?
It's so weird
They
that they've,
need
like,
to
they've decided to go
shocked by
this
what
way,
they're seeing.
and they've ran
Where
into
did
a
they go
retake
Yeah, I
Killjoy
mean,
setup.
just an impossible round.
It's kinda
45
funny.
seconds, they have time to
I don't
work,
think I've
and
ever
Bizarra
seen that
repositions
interaction
immediately.
before.
She can ult the site
And I've
like
obviously
she's
watched a
the
lot of Valorant.
attacker.
Ridiculous moments. And it's
And then
coming.
we get a
30
reverse
seconds,
Killjoy
it's a
ult. That's so
long time
sick
for a
as
team to
well.
rotate. Does EG
By
fight
Zera
for the
having
space?
the
Well, EG can get the spike down, and they can also
the
play side
intelligence
chains,
to
play
come
back
here and
screens. They're
ult is
all
kinda
going
cool.
towards spawn,
But
and we've
this,
fully flipped the map.
why didn't
Team
we go
Liquid are
this
coming
way?
3 through B main.
Deal. Attacking in this
Like,
round, lockdown there,
we could
and we
crunch.
have to
We could have
watch
crunched
Scary
them.
Shark.
Deal.
The only player with a rifle in this post plant, and it's planted for heaven. This reposition is great.
And this Viper wall to actually know the
So I think
Viper
Bizarra
tag
needed to
whatsoever.
wait to
No,
ult
it won't,
there if
but
the
in
team,
heaven,
if her teammates were
can
coming this
they
way.
find the timing? Can they take
Because
down
ultimately
these
the
players?
ult didn't
There's still
really
smokes
do too
for
much
Georgina,
there.
and it's going to be a stick here for Bizarra. Only one player has the potential to spam.
Oh, no.
And Thea's on the swing. Scary Shark,
Oh,
where is she?
Georgina
It's
just
all
looks crisp,
Georgina!
man.
She just rips their
I
heads
don't think
off in
Georgina's
heaven.
usually like their star player,
And
but
Team
like
Liquid
that is.
win one of the most ludicrous rounds we've seen here at GCC.
I'm literally
that's
dizzy
right.
from watching that, but Georgina.
Like, I usually consider
perfectly
Bastardo and Bizarra the
balanced,
players that
perfectly
when I was watching were the ones that
composed
were
in
popping.
round
But
again.
Daiki and Georgina are like
What a
popping.
player. I mean, obscene, right? That the retake setup from Killjoy pushes EG into this position. But what an angle from Georgina. Also, her paranoia
It's the one
forced
it's
two
the one
players
knee
off
buff,
of that
man.
angle. Then she kills the spawn player.
It's the
Even
knee
if she doesn't
buff.
get those kills, no one's killing the diffuser.
She's having an incredible game here on her stage.
Oh, another
Trap play
trap
for
set.
TL in mid.
But again, isn't it
Just
kind of
running
like,
back
isn't this like a massive
round
read?
three
They're like
setup, I believe.
every time.
Lori wins the opener. They have mid
So-
control potentially, but there's still two players. Team Liquid are so confident pushing
Okay,
forward.
nice
Daiki
shot.
trades it out.
Lori shows her head. That's
It's a good trade
for
in
the
the
leader
end.
of TL.
But
to
if I
find
was
the
watching Team
trade,
Liquid
it
later in
evens
the
out
tournament, and
4v4.
if you whenever they
One
don't
v2
work here,
lost. All right.
there's three
Still
people
have
ready.
paranoia. They
There's
only
3
have
people ready to
one
trap.
satchel to get
It's
in
like a big
sight.
read that they're that's
Starbound,
happening
while
right
they
now.
have pushed up into A main, no fight, no space.
I would like to have seen Starbound here. We knew there was a fight middle, 3. Starbound should have tried to take ramp. So I like that Starbound came to here, but I think Starbound could have been way more aggressive about
The
taking
bird
ramp control
confirms
there,
that there's
because that
still
was straight
players
middle.
present in A main. but no one can commit to rotating over just yet. Still, this Killjoy setup could be critical.
Yeah, and Daiki always goes back to screens to take
Scary
the long
Shark.
fight. EG
What's Scary Shark's
It's about Heaven control
real
first
name?
before the site hit.
40 seconds. They still have options.
That's
with
not.
mid-control.
That's
They
not
can
Scary
even put it
Shark's
back
real
here.
alias, is it?
Once this
I do
goes
like
down,
a Scary
we'll
Shark.
get the first
32.
word.
I think it's pretty
Paranoia
good.
comes
but-
out, so they scale up into Heaven. That's the second satchel, and Bazera's just taking the fight.
It's perfect from Bizera, but here's the time for Daiki to
Huge.
step up, but she's shut down. Thea just ahead of that one, and now Bizera is alone in this site, and she's
Bizera
wounded.
looks a
1
little
HP
bit,
is not enough to get it done. It'll be a post plant for EG,
little bit.
but yeah, look at that lurk. She's worked all the way back around it. Might have just found the moment. Yeah, they're in the perfect position.
Georgina, you know exactly where you are. What can you give us here?
I'm usually not that
Smokes
critical
to
about
Quick on out.
people's
Three
aim or anything,
players
but I
spamming
think
away.
that
The
like
Tripwire, it's not gonna happen.
because
Evil Geniuses on the board.
I'm usually
Somehow,
like if I saw
EG
Alpha
still
like
have
do a whiff at all,
salvageable
I would be like,
out
well,
here
that's
in the
weird. Alpha
unsplit.
whiffed it.
I mean, I think I'm
I
seeing,
think
I'm seeing the
Bizera's
building
kinda like
blocks
that, where
come
it's like
together,
Bizera,
right?
I
They're just
consider like a
busting
really
out
good
on the site.
aimer.
They go up into Heaven, and they've realized that Daiki always
when Bizera looks a
repositions
little bit
out of
off, like, it's
Heaven
kinda like,
into
oh,
that
I-
screen's
you know.
angle. So EG, that's why 2 rounds in a row now, they've kept going for these spawn pushes. That's where they're catching Team Liquid.
And it's a
a
really
little bit late
important,
in
like,
the
when you're-
half,
when
but
you're
to
the
not
A
try to
player,
get them 5, on attack,
When you're
they
this
can be very
backside A
narrow.
player, like
But
you
off these round
can't
wins,
be off
EG
if you're
is
the
yet
player
to
playing
ever build
this area.
momentum.
You
This is their
just can't
chance
be off. Like
in the
you're
final rounds
expected
of
to
the
do
half.
more
They'll set their sights
than like
somewhere
any
new.
other player.
Control towards B main being taken with the Viper's
So
pit.
Killjoy
On
the
other
Viper.
side
Oh,
for
but we're
Issa.
still
Bastarda
keeping
has to
the.
concede the space.
Yeah, okay, now Evil Geniuses, no raises on this B side.
don't
Bastarda
really
with the
understand
ultimate there.
what we're
Oh, I
doing
don't know if you're into that. But then what do? It's an aggressive Viper wall through mid, a new Killjoy setup with double mollies in vents and the pit in main. Whew.
They have Seekers. That's an option to get through that pit, but even that's a risk.
Sorry, I'm thinking.
What side
I was
do you
thinking like
choose?
maybe.
Has to start in
I
mid.
don't.
They'll
Yeah, I
Seekers
don't really
now, so it
understand
has
too
to be a
much.
committal towards B. But look at
So
the
we got
setup.
pressure B
When
main,
players
and then
early
we've gone
from
for a
Team
split
Liquid,
B.
and they actually want to push space towards B main.
Five
Now this
minutes
sets
from
up
A.
a bunch of different angles for TL, and no one is watching Daiki, but it's only one. Bastarda's still alive in main,
So
and she's
Bastarda
found
had a
herself
nice
an
reaction
enclave.
here to just
Main
ult into
control
B
is so
main,
important
take
now
B
for
main
Bastarda.
control.
She's actually going to re-wrap into mid,
but
and
some
that's
good
where
trade from
Starbound's
EG on the
position
side,
is
to be honest.
critical. Starbound is in the middle of 3
Starbound
players.
needs to, yeah.
How much can they get done? Bastarda low on HP and
Okay, Starbound
not
keeps
ready
doing really
for
well.
Starbound's angle. Now there's so many
That's like
worries
12.
for
I feel like
Rest of
that's
Team.
12
This is perfect
impact
for
frags
Starbound.
right there. That's not
Perfect.
just
Get
12
that
frags.
kill,
That's
fall back to
12
main.
like
It's planted in the open for them.
A
round
2v2
winning
on site, but that will
frags.
not last long. Starbound is arriving, and the
Another
teleport
repo.
gets the Omen back to main. Only one left on the site, but if they fall, it's not a matter. But Power Pixel will get one before they go down, and Bizera has so much to worry about. A Cypher cam broken.
That
He's half on the
plant is a
spike.
little
Her
bit
turret
off.
to be that first point of contact. She's just trying to hold, but
It's
that
just
is
a really
not
nice round
going
from
to
EG
happen.
overall
Evil
with the
Geniuses
trades.
claim 5 of the
And
half.
Starbound
Evil
won the
Geniuses
round with the
make the
kind
right
of middle
adaptations
lane.
on the fly, something we didn't see versus Team SMG, and it's close coming in at the end of the half. Starbound having a breakout first half here.
Absolutely.
What does Sliggy usually do in the half?
Recovery in that half from Evil
Has he got any
Geniuses.
things he does in the half?
Seeing, I think, some great individual decision making like this one, especially from Starbound with that reposition.
And solid post plans, yeah, exactly. The Omen ult to
What's
join
the-
them
what's the
in main
Sliggy
two.
meta?
Right on the money for EG.
Beautiful stuff from EG. And the
He's
second
still
half
got a game on
witness
our hands.
after we hear from the analysts.
Is that what he says? Jolly, you're an idiot, man. Ads? I don't think I'm. I think I
Thank you
do
very much.
ads
And-
after
and,
games.
Now, we weren't quite sure what we're going to get in the agents list.
Am I supposed to do ads right now?
This map, there was a difference.
He
you know,
dances,
the,
I like
the
that.
KJ for
You
the
guys
Cypher.
trying to-
I wanted to ask you guys about that change, you know, especially looking towards these two players.
I think I
because,
should do ads
Sapphire,
between maps,
Starbound
right?
had
Rather
a
than
great first
between.
half. The Cypher, you can see why they went with that pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's a pick that Starbucks
usually
has
shaves
been
his head.
great on historically. Getting a lot
Usually
of like
pats
mid
the
control,
rubs
and
his
then
belly.
you notice their positioning too. When they get that post plant, they're always in a position to be like able to catch that flank, and that's because with that Cypher
done
utility,
it.
they're always like
I did it.
on the hunt for information.
Yeah, I'm a really bit worried with the attacking side Killjoy because you
Why
can't
did you
really
guys
get
run
too many
Breach or
info.
Fnatic?
You can deny info as well, which Cypher can. You can throw
Chronicle's
cages,
really
you
good
can,
at Breach, so that
set
helps.
up a camera, know who's playing A, who's playing
Breach
B,
allows you to retake space on
provide your team with
defense,
stuff, and
and
Killjoy
it
is
allows you to
only
have
about the
potent
post plan.
executes on attack.
Yeah, and so obviously as we go into the second half, like it's gonna be
Jolly, you
a little
can't
for
act like
TL.
this with
Well,
me, because the
look at
issue is
Aegis
that
Lock.
I
There's
quite
gonna be a
enjoy
lot
it.
of pressure
So
on Bizarra here to
Slicky's
make
probably
a
banning
difference
you, surely.
with that
Surely you
killjoy.
can't get
I mean,
away
we've
with
spoken
this
about it
with
already,
Slicky.
right? Bizarra, a player that I know you're a really big fan of, that didn't
Redeemed
necessarily
stretch.
show a full
I'm not
potential
standing
the
up.
first time around. How tough is it going to be
I don't know
for
what
her
that
on the
is.
attack side here?
You've
Yeah, I
chosen the
don't
wrong
really
time
see,
to redeem that
the
one.
point, apart from comfort pick, picking
Ugh,
Killjoy instead of
can you see
Cypher,
my
meaning
sweaty
this patch
pits?
right now, which Cypher is really strong. So yeah,
That's my
probably just
stretch.
she can do way better.
Yeah, well, let's see if she can
Jesus.
indeed and send this back to Ender and Mimi for the second half.
There we go.
7
What does
5
Sliggy
here
usually- does he
for
actually do
Team
stretches?
Liquid. And thus far, the
Surely he
leadership
doesn't
of this squad
stretch.
have been having an incredible game.
Can he touch his
14
toes?
kills Daiki, 12 Jujina. The
I
primary
could touch
and
my
secondary
toes.
callers for Team
I know I'm
Liquid.
small, so maybe that's not much.
And they're
of a
already
bad-
going
bad
aggressive
touch
up here.
toes.
Best artist scaling in
touch
heaven.
before.
What a pace change compared to Evil Genius.
This guy nimble.
And these players on B, they are going to get pinched. 2 from main, 2 from R9. How much can Scary Shark do? And
Right, I
she's
need to
caught
pay
up
attention.
completely in the open and will be taken down, leaving Thea
I
in
need
a
to pay
very
attention.
strange position. Hunkered down inside her very own smoke, trying to find a gap. That's a flash to somehow catch Bizarra. Now the dive's coming in. EG might
a
try and
B
flood
split.
retake, but it might have been too soon.
Again, some decent
2v2.
trading from attack.
You couldn't write it better. Daiki Jojina, the last 2 players alive for TL. Power Pixel and Starbound on the opposite side, but those 2 players
these have been
are
like the
isolated for
impact
EG,
players.
Team Liquid right next to each other.
No
that I've
util,
seen
but
so
Starbound
far.
has a great angle here. Smoke though. Perfect to get Jujina forward, but the
Starbound
spam
again.
is good. On to Daiki. Spots the player towards heaven, but can't find the shot. Needs
Power
an
mid.
isolated duel here against Starbound, and it has to be perfection. 51 HP to work with.
Leo wins this every day.
And she's ready on the angle, but it's only 1 shot found. Starbound.
I was getting Leo
a
flashbacks then
critical
when
pistol.
we won the clutch against EG, the backside.
Wow.
That was against EG too.
Spooked me for a second there with Daiki, how she's been shooting, always getting one more than
I started making some rules, like I photoshopped some rules, like as if Sliggy messaged me rules. And one of the rules that I wasn't allowed to talk about Fnatic being able to win from comebacks and stuff.
Simply ridiculous.
I like to stop going on about
Get
Fnatic
around
all the
without
time.
that for sure.
I'll show you guys the rules after
Been
that I
waiting for
made up.
that energy from Evil Geniuses.
They got to convert it though, because last half they
Not
also
everyone's
won
Leo,
pistol,
that's
and
true.
then they lose this round too. And last time it was to
5 classics.
yeah, this time it's to 4 sheriffs. Team Liquid
But
are
Daiki is
eagling
doing
EG
pretty good
right
impression
now.
right now.
I have heard tales
Yeah.
about the Brazilian sheriff.
So we
before.
see
It's certainly
defense,
true.
so
They
like
got
just
Spike
anti-eco,
Prince
so I
with extra
explain.
money
Again,
to
we
go for
see
this one.
Sky,
This time actually throwing
Omen
that
Viper,
default
Raze
compared to
Viper,
last
sorry.
round where they just
Raze
used it for the
Viper,
actual hit itself.
Omen,
Feels a little
Sentinel.
funky with those Viper walls
Sentinel
at times.
literally sits on
That
site.
they do. EG.
I do think
Two players
sometimes
posted towards heaven, just holding towards
these
mid.
Sentinels could be doing a little
Take
bit more.
much more of a focus in that space on their attack
yeah.
half.
I believe
It's
only
fine.
Bastardo was
Like,
spotted
there's not
out
much
by
you can
that
do
dog,
against the
and,
wall.
yeah, the rest of Team
So the
Liquid
Sky is
got
being
that
used to just
control.
try and get
Very
info
different
against the wall.
understanding of this map compared to EG, splitting up into A heaven here and then attacking down into the site.
Here comes
Starbound's
some
been
Cypher trips,
really
though,
impactful
from
this
Starbound,
game.
and
So
that's
like,
big for Lori
if Starbound
to
can
get
kind of
into
like
the site and be able to
have
help
the
out
same
Cypher
impact
players,
from
see the
playing
Cypher
like a
actually
really
making
important
it
anchor
past
spot on
as
the
well.
map, it's
means EG will have a very strong hold.
I love
MVP
this freeze call
level
from Team
performance
Liquid.
in
You
my
take
opinion.
A heaven and then don't do anything. EG, they're wondering, are they back in mid? Are they going B heaven? They're paralyzed right now against TL's control of the
One of the
map.
rules is
Reed
saying
coming on the other side.
they now have a 1900 loss bonus, their money's in the bin. I'll be honest, I'm so bad with the actual numbers of the economy that I probably don't know. I probably didn't know it was 1900 to be honest.
30 seconds.
I like that I use all these stats to help figure out how to do economy stuff, and I actually have no idea what the economy actually is.
Find any shots with those sheriffs and Lori. Well, she's doing a great job.
Yeah,
of it.
Lori just paired up
Kills
nicely there with
won't be allowed.
Starbound.
Her
And it
ace
did
as
a good job.
Bastarda picks her off, but EG.
A lot of this site is
Without
about the
what
kind of
Spike
connection
picked up,
between the
but
Cypher
Scary Shark
and the
closes.
Sky, and how they kind of
I think
create
Lori
like
just saw what Daiki was doing
crossfires
last
and
time. She's
stuff.
like, okay, I'll reposition to screens, I'll flood back into site, and I'll just kill
Yeah.
everybody. Seems like a good strat. Just yoink that one up, take that one all
Big
the
swing
way to
round
the
right
bank.
here. Yeah, I don't know.
Lori, a
I
very
don't know.
important player for this EG squad. Everyone else so inexperienced. You have 3 players.
Should I
where
make
this
my
is
own?
their
Should I start
first
seeing how
big
many people buying
opportunity
half armor?
with the sign team just coming this year?
That's gonna be my
Plus, you have
meme.
Thea, who, well, she's been on a lot of teams before. She's
Anyone
always
buying
been,
half
you know,
armor, I'm
the
gonna say they're
youngster,
really
the
good at
new
the
player,
game.
the one being
Anyone not buying
supported.
half
Now
armor.
she's stepping up to be an IGL, and having Lori, who's
Bad,
been here
bad,
before,
bad. So we got
who's
3 bad
been close
players.
to winning championships
Who
before.
was it?
It's going to be really
Yeah,
important.
not just close. One map away, 3
Oh, wait,
different times.
no.
Reverse swept in the finals last
What are
year.
these players
And
doing?
going out in the first round after that.
I gotta pretend I really care.
heartbreaking. Definitely that
Full
chip on her
armor.
shoulder.
What are they doing?
But the onus
Who
switches
buys
to
full
Team
armor
Liquid in this
2023?
round now, leaving, Iza
Bastardo,
over
what's
towards A
going
to get
on?
lurks done. Because they're running the
Vegeta.
kill instead of the Cypher, they need that Viper to be that A presence, and they're going pretty quickly. Nora has to use both satchels to escape.
But again, TL, they're very good at kind of surging to take a little bit of space and then freezing in the mid round.
Okay, so we took B main, but the issue with taking B main is that we have no time. Like, we now don't have much time to pressure middle.
Of individual agency, right? Playing less, you know,
So we're playing B
necessarily by the
main
book
and then
really
playing A, and we're
unlocking
gonna
their
fake with
players
the
to
Sky,
make decisions.
and then hit
Especially
A
comes
after.
down to leadership of
I feel this is the kind of style you
Last year
find
it
more
was
with the
Denki's
double
first
Judas
real
comp.
shot as a leader.
This kind
Now
of
she's the
style.
veteran on her home stage.
And now she's
Why are they
hit on the Sky. Ooh, no ping might sell this just a little bit that no one's ready.
Okay,
but
so the fake's done
actually,
well.
it's enough
The fake
for a
has done
paranoia,
well.
and the Seekers will reveal.
Starbound alone on A
30
site.
seconds left.
Getting one kill for them will be vital.
Kind of a
Just
good
Sheriff.
anti-bonus actually when I think about
And
it.
TL clean on the
So again, we
execute.
saw,
Two hits through.
you know how I said
And EG very
anti-eco?
late to this rotation. They are
Usually
having time to try and
extremities, that's
spread
what they
out.
did
Look at
again.
this
It's
positioning.
anti-bonus
An
stuff.
elbow. Nice shot
Spike
by
planted.
Lori, but there's
I'll try and pay
no
attention,
weapons
'cause
recovered.
they actually could
You
win
already
this.
see this stall util coming in important for the side of Team Liquid.
Yeah, Daiki's going to be so late to this in main.
Bit
When
of an
she
awkward
shows up,
post
she's
ban.
just going to chew
3
EG
people on
up.
the site.
Now they're Molly in, and EG are completely sold out on this retake.
Yeah,
TL.
it feels over.
Deal with
So
it
yeah, I
hopefully.
think I don't want to see
Eighth
this.
round for them.
I don't want to see this in a gun round,
By EG
but I
there.
do like it
First
on the
chance of
anti-eco.
rifles coming up next.
I do like it on
After the
anti-eco.
short break.
The reason I don't love it on the gun round is because the middle players can just get too much info and then kind of
I
no
absolutely love
rotate.
it. It's funny
running.
too, because like Team Liquid have been in this
On the
situation so
defense.
many times before.
But I quite like
think
it on
it's
an
such a
anti-eco
buff
because
that
it
the
means you don't have to go
Brazilian
through all these
scene to
tiny
play on
chunks.
land for
Yeah.
all
You find the
that
stack,
top,
you avoid the
top tier
stack,
competition
you hit
in
the
stage
stack.
3. They're literally in this venue on the same stage. A lot of the same fans coming back to support
Help
their
Mini-
favorite team.
Help Min.
I don't see
Help!
many
I'm in his
GGs using
basement.
that, Mimi.
Guys, I know
Don't
my
expect
room
that.
looks scuffed. It doesn't look like
First
I'm
rifle
a,
round of the second half here.
you know, a VCT winning
Our first look
coach,
at
you know.
How EG
You know,
wants
it
to
doesn't look
craft
like I'm a big
this
dog, but
defense, how
I'm
that
not the kind
Cypher
of
is
person
going
that
to
owns
play.
a basement and keeps people
It
there.
is a very similar setup in terms of, you know, last side we had
I'm
the
not
Killjoy on
that
A, now it's going to be the
person.
Cypher. Playing for kill trips, you have those own little rat smokes on site. The Team Liquid cares so
Wait,
much
have I missed
about
someone?
mid control. That's how you invalidate the Cypher trips, is you just wrap out from heaven into elbow around the Cypher. It becomes really annoying when players
Thank you
aren't
for the
just
sub,
simply
Panda
running
Val.
out through main into.
I apologize
Although the
anyone that
reposition
I'm
off
missing
this
subs
embed
on.
will be that.
And I think you're seeing a big
well,
difference in how
welcome
these
back
two
to the
teams
sub
played
club.
mid on the defense. Power Pixel doesn't use any molly.
Because
Full gives that space.
I don't look at
and,
chat.
I mean, just 30 seconds into the round, TL have so many options in their mid round.
Honestly, I think the way Team Liquid
Man,
runs
this
attack
is
is
so
much
funny.
better than Evil Genius's right off for that mid control.
When
Now
do
they
you have
push
over
up
1,000
into A heaven,
viewers that
because
actually
they have that
talk? Like my
fence
stream's
to
just
start
full of the
up around
nerds, you know.
up the ropes.
There's so much pressure
Like,
on
there's too many
Starbound.
nice
They're
people in my
always
chat.
solo anchoring A.
Yeah, and
Full
I
of the
mean, you
nerds.
see Lori who's fallen all the way back. The smoke actually allows her to cross,
30
but Starbound's still
seconds
isolated.
And they are so
Great
blind.
flash.
That's a
Beautiful
great
work
entry.
by Bastarda on the entry. 4v5 retake for EG.
That's the kind of entry that looks so
How can they
sick
make
when
this
it
one
wins,
happen?
and it
Don't
looks
forget
so
Bizarre
bad when it
playing in
doesn't.
market. She's so late through mid, and she can shoot Faye in the side of the head.
But it
She
is
finds
good.
the
It was
timing.
good.
When does she activate this
Here
lurk?
it comes.
It's perfect. Faye
Boom.
looks away. Bizarra takes her down. 5v3 now. Can EG even go
I
for
guess
this?
I technically
No
just
money
flame you
left.
guys, because
250,
that means that you
zero.
guys aren't
They're broke.
nerds, and I actually
It's
do
the
like nerds.
punishment for
So
going for heavy armor here as well. EG, big heavy armor team, full 50. That's an extra
I
600
don't know where that
on
leaves you
every player
guys,
they had to spend there,
but-
so you better save those rifles. But that also means you're not.
yeah, that is a
farming
Dirk
up
entry.
ultimate orbs.
That's
Yes,
what I
you
was
carry
thinking,
over the
Mori.
rifle, but
I was
not able to
thinking,
build anything
if
into
Dirk
future
did that and
rounds.
died,
Team
would I have
Liquid,
told
they're
him
getting
that
a
that was
couple kills,
bad?
they're getting ult orbs.
And there's a
Now
chance
with
I
the
would have said
5-2,
Dirk,
they're
I didn't
still
like that.
continuing to
But
farm
then if
up
you got the
these kills.
kill, there's a
Will
chance I'd have been like,
equalize
Dirk,
a
that
little
was
bit
sick.
in terms of that ultimate trade, but Bizarra, Gigino very close already.
I'm aware.
GL
I'm
will
aware of
chill
my
out. Not
hypocrisy.
give away any more guns in this round. I think for EG.
What the
answers
hell was
have to
plus
come to this
3,000?
mid-control, 'cause
Oh,
TL
plus
has
3,000.
been
Oh yeah, they won the
swarming
round
into
or
that
something.
space every round.
They
Yeah, and I
got
don't
some
think it's
money.
necessarily super difficult. I think
Yeah,
usually
big
we'll see
grand
teams
here
drop the
for
Viper up there, use
this
mollies when
team
that orb
because
is about
they
to drop,
might
or
lose
maybe even raise
guns,
boom bots. That gives you almost 2 cycles
and then
of
they might
blast where
they
players
might have to
can't
take a timeout
blitz through
and
it.
talk about
Of course, then Team
economy.
Liquid always have options to switch and pick up the pace in another area of the map, but mid is going to be the
Did I do it?
solution.
Did
But
I do it,
problem
guys?
they've got
That's
to
what
solve.
Sticky
Yeah,
does,
that
right?
will be the discussion ongoing here in their timeout.
Yeah, big timeout here because it's a a swing round.
is given for Team Liquid.
Definitely,
We
I would
talked
call the
about
timeout
they have
here because I'm a
really
genius
big
coach,
coaches.
and
Have
I'd
at
say
least 3 people
win the
helping
round.
them out. And Palestra
See,
as a
like
head coach,
him right here, he's
if
saying
you
win the
watch their
round.
content, I think it's
Win the
excellent, by the
round.
way. You should definitely check
He's
it out.
thinking,
They have English subtitles
yeah,
as well.
I think
You
that's a
hear
good
how much
idea.
the whole
We should
team
win the round.
believes in his idea, believes in the hype. When he's making a speech,
This is
everyone's
why I
invested
wasn't
onto
nominated
it.
for Coach of the Year.
mindset of Team Liquid is sacrifice everything
Because
for
of
the goal.
insight like
Dedicate
that.
yourself, dedicate your life to winning the trophy.
They're always trying,
don't
win the
complain
round,
about
win
working
the
long
round,
hours, don't
win the
complain
round.
about not being able to go out every night. Work, 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 and take it to the finish line. The fact that they are in the lower bracket to begin with, heart-wrenching for them. They're going to fight all the way back to the top here.
The other guy's just
And
watching
they'll need
anime.
that. If they want to continue the dynasty they built domestically here on the international stage.
I was
at
about to
home.
say he looked like the kind of guy who watches
This round might
anime,
not
but
be
that
hard
sounds
for
like the
them.
worst
EG
flame ever.
only
I didn't
have
actually
the
see
three
what he looked
rifles they
like.
carried over from
I don't
previous.
remember what he looked like.
Instead of changing
But I
a little
think
bit
that
to
would have been a good
deeper
flame.
grip,
That
forced
would have
Starbound
been a
to
good
play
flame.
A little bit more off-site, so looking to spam away from screens instead of getting dove on, because the coordination between Bastarda and Daiki, as you'd imagine, perfect on their entries from heaven on that site.
The second longest standing duo in this tournament after Mel and Alexis. And look, trap play
So
here
another
from
trap
EG. 4
play.
members posted in mid.
These
How
traps,
do we
very-
solve mid?
these
Put
traps.
everyone
I know
in
it's a
mid.
low
Oh,
buy,
okay,
so this
thank
trap
you.
is more likely to work.
It's as simple as
More
that.
likely to be a good
Full
idea.
retake setup
Oh, I'm
on
doing the
field, though.
Georgina.
They have
Can you guys see
options
the
to play
Georgina?
paint shells, something like
Got
this.
my
And
knee up.
also by committing open smokes too, they can really keep smokes
But
permanently
generally
down
they
here.
just
And
don't
I mean,
work, I
Teal
feel.
was expecting aggression. You see how passive they start this round.
I'm gonna curse
Yeah,
it.
player
This
breaks the dog.
Slinky
How
Curse
can that
Classic.
so early? No one's up, so all that util is used for naught.
It's to make sure that you can't, because the omen smoke is
Oh,
not
look how many
as
cats there are.
dangerous as that Viper
can just
smoke.
walk straight through if you have a
Exactly,
flash.
you can walk through it. So when the dog comes out, you need to commit.
They
into
full
that
armor
one.
with pistol?
Although now it will be the Team Liquid reset into A, and I love the read from Evil Geniuses. Look at this. After 4 players committed in mid, and they show all that utility.
Why?
That's what it was. They
I
raised
feel
the
like
utility
LS
score
right
on
now. You know
both,
the
but so
LS
they can
from
feed into a
League of
late
Legends?
A-stack, and EG are here in
Why?
It's a great
It's like when
call.
people buy Morado
Is
Nomicon.
it enough to win a round? Starbound on this long angle, just playing off their
Why?
trips. That's not the priority to hold. Instead,
God,
EG are focused on heaven. That'll allow them to flood back into
What's
this
this
site after Starbound does damage. But are they going to get anything?
Okay.
Lori instead, spamming from heaven. Those trips are perfect. Well executed by EG. And
So
both
nice
of
to
them
play like
suffer.
on the anti-eco,
They're
so like
all still up.
Alpha
Going
would
into this
play
site
here
is
no matter what.
impossible for Tiao
Oh,
and
okay,
Lux.
no man, I'm not
To
speaking
line
one
something
second.
like that up. Surely not 1v5. There's 10 seconds.
But it's
There's
quite
no
smart
way she
to
can
like
get this done. Beautiful
play here
ball,
on gun rounds, and then
beautiful
anti-ecos
hold.
play
EG
back
are
here
Already
is a
got
bit
2
better. I'll
kills
play like
off
here
the
and
same
escape.
tripwire there.
So when you're playing
That's
ranked to
ridiculous.
Cypher,
Same
you gotta
trip,
play A.
Yeah.
Tagging everyone
Like playing here is
repeatedly.
good on the
That
gun
is a
rounds, and then you can play like here on the
picture-perfect
anti-eco.
4-stack in mid, we solved
Just
that
do
problem,
damage to
we
stay alive.
show the utility. That's okay off of the Skydog.
The
And
new
then
Cypher
lean
trips are
into
like
an A
really
finish.
worked out well there.
It's
You
so
see like
often
this
on
trip
that
got like
is
2
the A
kills, I
finish.
think.
Gorgeous decision making from EG.
It's gonna be so important for
Just like
people
that?
to like clear out the
Simple.
trips properly.
Now
Yeah.
do they have another plan?
Yeah.
This goes
Mid.
here.
The focus this time.
You got a
yet
sprint in an
again
hour? How do I play
for
bind?
Team Liquid and EG, they're back to that
I don't know. We got
Thought you
13-1
were
in the
going to
last
play
game,
mid.
so I
was
don't know if
about
you
to
were
be
asking the right
offended.
guy.
I like it.
We'll
I like
see how it is.
Yeah, look, Team Liquid
But
stuffed money,
honest
bought
advice, play like
Seekers
Sentinels
and
do.
Rocket. Give
I know
them
they got a
options,
Yoru,
especially
but
with how
play like
light
Sentinels.
B is at
They
the
actually
moment.
play a
They
good
are
play.
able to contact in after this one way
I like
and not
Sentinels to
reveal
bind.
themselves. No rotations from B Heaven are going to come in quickly enough for those paint shells to be active immediately. They could dive out onto Thea and just have a plant potential for free.
Here comes the rocket. Thea in trouble. She is blinded. No shot at getting anything done. And look at Bastarda go.
Watch mid, watch
The
mid.
legs on her. She's running on the other side. The lurk of Isa taken down. Scary Shark.
What?
Where are you
What?
looking? There's someone
What's
straight
going
in
on?
front of you, but she adjusts in time, pulls out the rifle, and takes down the Rays.
Seekers available for Daiki. 3 players left. That gives you perfect info, and they get the wide plant.
I got
for
some
main.
stuff to say
Zero,
about this
one
round.
off of lockdown as well.
Flash out from heaven here already. EG diving back in. Scary Shark, the tip of the spear. But look at this setup in main. Teal have another dog. They have more utility to stall on out. Judge for Power Pixel. They're going to hold this one down as Scary Shark has to flag 1 kill. It's gotten halfway to Georgina! The spray
Georgina
transfer
again.
is perfect.
Sorry, I saw someone. Johnny
rounds
thought she's
will
legally
Georgina
blind in the
steal?
chat.
She
I
has
don't know what
dug
that
up
means. What does that mean?
ridiculous rounds time after time. And cool as ice.
Okay.
Not
I was
a
trying to
reaction
hold
on her
information in my
face.
head about
Calm
what I
as
didn't
ever.
like about that and what I liked.
And not a button to see.
So we had a straight B
An
exit.
absolute prodigy.
It was straight
Didn't
B
know
exit.
Georgina Her mid-round calling, decision-making mechanics, it was all founded on being a professional player in Dota 2 before this transitions over to
Wait,
Valorant,
who was Dota
picks
2
up
pro?
a gun, and she's
Was
an
Georgina a
insane
Dota
shot
2
on
pro?
top of it.
She can do it all.
She can absolutely
this
do
fist
it all,
bump
and that
was
was
sick,
perfect.
by the
Again,
way.
The contact in, they had so much utility available
As
in
if
the
I never
post-plant.
had someone sat next to
We're
me, so I
already
could do
into
like
the next
a
round.
sick, like,
Team Liquid will take
Like,
the main control.
on the side
Start to
fist
turn their
bump.
attention towards mid. That's a lot
Okay,
of
it's
damage
next
done
round. I'm not going to talk about
onto
what I
Power
didn't like.
Pixel.
I do think that they prioritized the orbs wrong again, though. Like, the Viper lurked middle, but like, if they got the orb as the Raze ulted and then planted,
Only
they had
one rifle
ult again.
on this B site
They are
right
2
now.
away.
It's Nora.
Again,
One
so
off
this
rocket,
round, like, 1 away,
definitely
like, I want to
managed to
see
convert.
this person plant. I want to see Issa plant.
Nora's had some big rounds for the team so far. Team Liquid, it looked like they want to go
So
for
Killjoy
yet
ult
another
round.
delayed hit into B, this time aided by the lockdown.
So these
A
two,
bit of a
like,
split
can we
too.
get a
Still
Raze
got
nade off in
Dikey
time to, like,
in mid, holding hands.
time this nicely?
Seekers popped here. Up through mid is the starter will take the site.
Full
for free,
retake
so
B.
it's
We're in a
retake
nightmare
for
position,
EG.
and
Seekers
again,
is
we're
their
not using our
Hit it,
Viper
but
to
holding
plant the
Heaven will be
spike.
very important for TL, especially since Scary Shark is already inbound. Rocket popped. I don't think he's going to find a connection onto anything because Dikey is more the worry. Her position in Heaven has to be dealt with. The Seekers will try, but the flash is good. A Molly in, and she gets nothing.
Nice by
Lori
Molly.
a double. The land demon we expect from last year returning to the stage, now an advantage. 4-2 on Evil Geniuses, and the retake
Scary's kinda
is
a bit too
coming in,
quick.
but Bazera is dealing with the pressure beautifully. Shujina can't do it again, leaves it all down to 1. 1v2, Bizarra. Her position is known, needs to isolate a
Okay,
kill,
good
but
retake.
EG
I do
holds
think this,
strong,
something
and they
Mimi
win the
noted was
retake.
that Scary was going a bit too quick on the attack, the entry. And I think
Great play
this
there
was a bit
from
too
Lori and
quick.
Thea to close that one out.
Retake.
Lori
Like, she had
set a
nobody to
couple
trade off of.
Big rounds
Um,
for Evil
I
Geniuses.
think what
And
happened
it
on
looked
attack
like,
there
honestly,
was that
the
Team
fact
Liquid
they
just called
broke
their
the
Killjoy ult
crossfire
round.
setup for
So
Iza
they
and Dikey
said,
in Heaven
you know,
looked
let's do our Killjoy ult round.
impossible. Nora
But the thing is with those rounds where you have like a
scripted
scripted round is that you need to adjust accordingly. So
So
like when your Viper is 1 away from ult, like it seemed like their strat is to like send the Viper middle. But when you're 1 away from the ult, the Viper should
was
switch
nice.
with someone and
I
come
think
here,
so.
take the orb, go sight and
Fairly
plant,
nice.
right? Like Killjoy
Pivotal
ult
rounds
into
here.
Viper ult.
For both
And then
teams.
maybe just don't even
No
go
one
middle.
has
Like you
managed
don't
to
need
get
to go
firm
middle.
control of this second half. And a lot
Have
of
like
ways
a lurk
to
or
DG,
something.
and it is Lori 22
So I think they got
kills
like
right now
scripted
on
rounds,
the
but they
Sky.
need to adjust
Doing
them
all the
slightly, I
scouting
think.
work over towards Hay has been dominating the retakes as well. Once
Through
again,
mid.
Team Liquid playing for mid control.
Like the actual
Couple
idea, the
rounds since
strat's
we've
good.
seen that, but up
Don't get
and
me wrong,
down the
strat's
rope,
good.
Lori
But I
doesn't wanna
think
deal with that.
the context of the round with the one off
Power
the
of
ult,
Excel
I
was
think
just
it
pulled back
really
with the
matters.
judge.
You
So
know?
again, TL, not even 20 seconds into the round, have mid control.
Yeah, or they
Killjoy
do
into
tip
Viper
trade.
ult is
They
like
back
such a
away.
standard,
EG,
like,
they end up using Sky
kind of
Utility to try
like
and re-clear this.
what
Dog or
1-2
something like that.
combo, you
But
know?
that's utility
Like
they won't have
Killjoy
for the
ult for the
retake.
site, Viper
Exactly.
ult for post.
Team Liquid's Viper wall this time around, the DRX wall, much better for trying to, you know, embed short here, and you can keep it up a lot longer because you don't have to invest the Viper orb as well on ramp. Makes it
So
much
again, we
harder
got
for
Starbound being
defending
tested
Sky to
again.
scout out this angle.
This time playing
They're gonna go
offside.
ahead and use that ultimate to scout into B main. Now they know it's going to be A, you'd imagine, from EG.
And you see those rotates coming in. TL
Yeah,
has
this
to
time an
activate
A split
quickly
though.
if
Sky's
they
in
want to
awkward
take this
position.
site.
Okay, never mind.
Lori, she's on
Sky
the rope,
isn't
by
in
the way.
awkward
Still
position.
perfect accuracy, but Dikey's got it too.
Again, we see
The
this
Skies are the
this
star
corridor
of
for
this game
defense
thus
is just
far.
not.
And it's a
not
4v4. A site
Like, it's a
taken.
horrible
The Cypher
corridor.
trips,
Starbound.
not circumventing.
Starbound getting a
Starbound
kill on
is
site.
here.
Starbound
And they have
again.
been perfect
Another
as an anchor. Now that spike down.
Getting a frag,
In no
surviving.
man's land, but Bazera has stolen it.
Yeah,
Having to use the dog here is a bit awkward. We want to save it for this, or ideally for this.
You know where they're hiding, but they got to go straight into the grinder.
Look at Starbound. They're getting ahead of this
It's
pit,
not the nicest
but they
ult
can't keep it for
though.
long. Drop out from heaven for EG. Isis down. That is the pit out of this round, which means it's all on Bazera yet again.
Yeah.
And she is unable
I don't quite
to
understand
hold
how
on to
Issa died
EG.
here.
Another retake.
Power Pixel and Starbound in those retakes make it happen, but again, I think it's Lori that's
Yeah, I
finding
just
these
watched
opening
she
fights,
swung
literally
from
just
here.
putting herself in position to take
Yeah,
these
Issa
fights
just needs to stay
up and
alive.
down the rope a couple of different
And then
times
everyone else just needs to
find
play
that
around the
one.
ult. Like,
These trips
felt
have
a
been
bit.
killer.
Yes, as soon as Starbound realized that the focus from Team Liquid is
Like
not
even
to
though
push
it's a
their
slightly
main, but
awkward
instead
ult to
Heaven,
play
they
around,
start
I'd still
putting
want
much
most of my
deeper
players
trips
in it,
playing
rather than
offsite
like sat
and
next
getting
to them.
repeat frags off of them.
And remember the changes to Cypher. You can't break that as easily with the satchel. It'll work
So
multiple
annoying.
times. This is really the meta for a player like Starbound to thrive on Cypher. We talked about Palestra's speeches.
But
how he
Starbound
can
once again,
rally
I
this
think
team
like
back. They're going to need one of those now because Team Liquid
just having huge
Split is
impact.
starting to slip away from them.
They asking for a little bit of hype, asking for something.
Crowd's not
It's
listening.
mellowed out just a little bit. 10 to 10 here, but
It does
I think
feel
you can
kind of
feel
funny when
that
you're like
what we
not
saw
the home
early on in
team
both
and
halves
you're being like
actually,
cheered
Team
against. It
Liquid
is
winning
kind of
a
funny.
lot of those early rounds,
I'll be
giving
honest, I
momentum a little bit.
prefer
Evil
it
Genius
when
is
we were like
bouncing
cheered
back. Their
against.
adaptation has been stellar. And that is the difference between the EG we saw today compared to SMG.
It's like a lot more pressure I feel when you're being cheered for, and like also like when you're doing good stuff, the crowd cheers, and it's like it can be
10 to
really
10.
like
Gonna be
frustrating
a
to
big
like
round
hear,
here
be
for
able to
EG
hear.
to make sure they
So
can
I
keep it
quite like
clean.
when we're being cheered
Just a
against.
hero rifle for Team Liquid. It's on Bastarda. She's been excellent thus far.
This is a nice spot.
I think usually you come out of a timeout like this with two plans ahead, right? You have the one half-by hero rifle plan, and you've got the big one in the next. You lose them both, EG
Thank
are
you,
on 12.
You're
You're gonna have to worry about
Is
a
that how you
Viper's
say your
pit
name?
going
Thank
down
you for
in
the
mid.
sub.
PowerPixel has the judge. and
Welcome
off
to
of
the Slope Club
some
for the night.
contact, I would imagine they go into
You
that.
subbed for 9 months to
Just ratting out
Sliggy?
inside that
Jeez.
smoke for now.
They just want to save it for the future.
It's disappointing, really.
It's another 4 players stacked in mid from
Disappointing.
EG, not wanting to deal with that, but that means A's
Another trap
exceptionally
set, but
light.
we get a
Light
Cypher
trips
cam for
are
this
just
trap set.
anti-lurk trips. They wanna play
So I
full
think the
retake
Cypher
on A
cam's
almost.
above the door
every
here.
round it's
So
been
if they
kill
walk
trips
through, there's a
on A
trap.
thus far, so this
The
is
only issue is
the
that
first
like
real
obviously it
adaptation
gives
we've
up
seen
like
increase their
everything.
approach to the
So we
safe
do have
side.
these trips here to kind of signal, but the round's kind of like.
And the call
Wait,
from
why are we
EG was
trapping
don't
against
give them
Nico?
any fights. Play buddy system and play jump peek on
Why are we
B.
playing full retake A
We're gonna
against
make sure
Eco?
we can trade out absolutely everything. Retaking is just fine for Evil Geniuses.
Shishina's gonna
It's not
turn on
fine
it,
because they got a
push it,
Viper ult.
far more
And
players than you'd ever expect holding in this space. Look at the wrap from the other side. That ends Scooby too, but here comes PowerPixel diving in with the judge. And
yeah, this is not. I don't
Oh,
really
no.
understand.
Rifles picked up 3 players alive from Team
The
Liquid.
last
That
thing you want
pinch
to do
into
against
mid
an
just
Eco
ate up
Viper
EG.
ult is to
It's
let
all
them
gone
take a
wrong.
site and just Viper ult.
But it's Scary Shark and Thea on the retake.
So I'm a bit confused by the
planted.
decision to trap middle
Paranoia.
with 4 people.
Satchels.
But with
so
that being
much to
said,
clear
let's
here.
focus because it's the end of the round and
Dog
this is
goes
where I
into
start
screens.
focusing.
We'll spot out Nora. Nora and Thea link up into heaven, but there's 2 players ready to fight them on ramp.
This ramp crossfire is
Nice
gonna be
crossfire.
but you
I
see
like the
they fall
crossfire.
away. It's not a matter.
Viper maybe should have made a
EG's
little better
focuses on the site
but good
proper.
timing by
The start is zero
Bastarda.
rifle. Lights up the
Open
beat for
plan.
one. Scary Shark has
It's
so much
Jover.
in front of her. 55
And even
HP.
splits.
Molly's on
Yeah,
the
sure.
spike.
There's another ready too.
With 2 in heaven, there's a nade as well. This one is undoable. Team Liquid out of their timeout
I'll be
They
honest,
win.
chat, like,
with 1 rifle.
I did talk to Sliggy about this a little bit, how there's going to be
Timeouts
obviously
have
some
been
people in the
so
chat that are going to say
effective.
some
Mimi,
horrible things,
the
but
last one
I-
where they just
what I
you know,
found
blitzed into EG,
is
and
that some
now,
people
after
genuinely just
seeing
don't
the
know.
adjustment for EG, a
They
few
don't
rounds
quite
ago,
understand.
4 stacking into mid, they
So
read
like,
that
I'm happy
open
for people
pitch.
to just get
Before
banned because
there,
it's like
they only
just
take 2
easy,
fights.
but like,
Even
I
out
do
of
think
their
in general
opponent's
that there's some
timeouts,
people who
TL's
genuinely don't
game
mean
plans,
to
their
be nasty,
adaptation
who just don't
has
understand
been their
the
key
subject
to
very well.
victory here.
So it's a difficult one, you know.
This
There are
series
obviously some
events
assholes, you
was
know, who
so
are just being
important.
assholes,
That
but,
tripwire allows the players in heaven to get so far up.
I've been
And with the
surprised by the
paranoia
amount of people who've just been genuinely
much to
asking
do, even when you
questions.
have
It looks like
rifles.
they're
PowerPixel
playing, but
has
they're
the
not.
judge. You can't really fault them for
I think
jumping
for the
down
moment
into
it's
that.
fine to just
Flips
ban
away,
him.
though. Evil Geniuses
Doesn't take
their
much to look
decision
it
this
up.
time around, just fight the B
True,
lane,
but we're talking about
Control
Twitch chat
taken away.
generation,
Again, Team
right?
Liquid
You know what I mean?
always sees control
just the
over
Twitch
either
chat
mid
generation.
or ramp in the first like 10 to 15 seconds of a round.
And they're so
You could
willing
barely
to
hear
just
me.
threaten an embed and leave
What's the
forcing
levels like again, guys? Is it
very really to have to clear the
Am I
entire
too
map
loud?
back and
Am I
forth.
too low?
And
What's
it's
the
annoying,
what's
too,
the
'cause
levels
Flori's now
like?
used both her flashes in the first 20
Someone
seconds,
just said
and
they
there's
thought
a
the
Cypher cannon
game's
getting
too loud.
10 Seekers in the first 25 seconds. That is a ridiculous investment.
And look at TL. They're practically
We're not doing
still at the
anything,
spawn
by the way.
barriers.
Your info is just silly, useless, pointless. It doesn't matter.
Seemed
Because we
fine
have a
to me.
full minute to reset into whatever we want. And we still have the threat of a lurk. Now the dog is used
Fine.
as well.
Okay. Game a little
EG
too loud. Okay.
now
I
enters
gotta
the
turn down the
void
game
of
10%.
information. They have no idea where TL could be finishing, but that jump peak shows presence in B. 1 off the ult.
10%.
for
Let me know if
Bastarda.
that's better.
And show me the entry into this one. Spam coming through. Thea.
This is the worst. This is the
Away
least.
from it for now, and
The thing
Thea
I like
waiting
least
for the
about
lurk.
streaming is the
That
constant.
guy's just solo walking up mid.
thinking
She's
that
doing it all
the
on
stream
their
just sounds
side.
crap.
Another one
So
for
we
the
missed this
IGL.
round, but Team Liquid
about to take
masterclass
match
of
point.
strategy there. Clearly outplayed EG. They did the best thing I've ever seen. There's a split coming in. There's kills happening. Headshot.
Excel, a judge in hand.
Play was beautiful.
Taiki playing up on this
I hope we get a
high close
replay
angle.
so I can break that one down again.
So much stall as well. Viper Orb put in a flash ahead of it. It feels like EG are forced to save.
It's a save.
They have no inroads.
Oh no.
And what a moment.
Someone
to
said they're
have to
gonna
save.
trade me a gifted
Remember,
sub
this was
for a
10 to 10.
Sliggy's
They had
stream
an
key.
anti-eco. They had their moment to claim control
I'll
of
be
this
honest,
game,
that sounds like a pretty
but
crap
TL
deal.
had stolen it away.
I think I could do a lot more damage
Make no
with Sliggy's
mistake,
stream key
A
than
very
one sub.
tight game between the #1 reps of NA and
Oh yeah, we got we're about to go
Cell
to
does upgrade from that judge with the kill
2
into
chances
a
here for
rifle.
Team
Much better
Liquid.
save going into the next round. 1800 on start round means I believe 4 rifles
two
comfortably
chances.
for Evil Geniuses.
That's
Backs
2
against the wall now.
chances.
Not a reaction from
Does he
Dez
write it
after
up
a
here?
round
2 chances?
Like that. TL,
2
we talk about
chances.
that individuality that they've tried to focus more on this year after they revamped their roster. Found 3 brand new
2
players
whole
from the Brazilian
chances.
scene and have brought
If you
them
flip
to
a coin
level
twice, you expect to
that's
hit
really
one of them.
unbelievable in that amount of time.
So what they should
Well,
do
he
is
said
rush
one
A
of
one
them
round
felt
and
like
then
they were
rush B the
starting
next
from
round, right?
scratch,
Because it's
right?
50-50.
By swapping out
And
the
then there's
three.
a
It
100%
still feels like
chance
they're
to win
continuing
then.
the legacy of TL last year.
That's how
Top
that's
three
how
in that
stats
tournament.
work,
They
right?
want more here. It would have to be the lower bracket
Rush
ones.
A? Oh, they're gonna go for the rush
For
B
EG,
first, maybe?
Their fixation is only on
Oh!
She
It's really
is
looking like a
winning.
one-chance
It's the
situation
Rocket as
type, right?
well.
Oh!
Won't find a connection. It's a stinger from range instead. Bizarra
Bastarda.
takes her down.
Look at
And
Heaven,
the
look at Heaven,
lockdown in the
Jogina, Jogina coming
Don't
in,
use
gets
ult, don't use
another
ult.
one.
No!
For the final star
Why
bout
are you using
against
ult?
3.
Why did you? Oh!
Down in their face.
We
Team
just
Liquid
saw
in
we got another
control of
kill.
this one.
We got another kill. I like that Bizarre was gonna ult in like the.
Y'all
It
go
was like a
clear them out.
4v2. That's fine.
And
But
TL will
we got the kill.
reposition. The perfect setup to end this map. Molly.
Oh, it's the last round.
A player around the corner, but
It's the last
excellent
round.
double swing
The
from Team
2
Liquid.
chances thing caught me
They
off.
take map number 1
2
in this
chances caught me
series.
off. I was like, yeah, 2 chances. It means that they got 2.